Hi, I'm Devlin Reese here at Reese Ranch in Ensenada, Texas. We raise Santa Gertrudis cattle. We've been raising Santa Gertrudis for about 15 years, and we just installed our first ranch spot, so we're gonna go check it out right now. We saw a really pretty group of cattle come to the auction barn, and we were at Pearsall auction barn, and they just happened to be off of the number 4 ranch, which was John Martin. And so we gave him a call and we asked him if we could register him, and he said yes. So that we bought our first group of Santa Gertrudis cows, which was about 20 head. Gorgeous females, deep bodied, big hip females. So initially it was the look. We saw them, they were gorgeous, and we were able to get them registered, and that kind of started our journey with registered Santa Gertrudis. These cattle are super hardy. They, man, when I say they can survive anywhere, we have very desertous type country, brush country with very little grass. These cattle survive. They eat different things. I mean, they eat straight pear cactus with the thorns still on it. They'll eat mesquite beans that fall in the spring. They're just really hardy cattle, and they learn to survive. I like to hunt, I like to fish, I travel a lot, I love seeing new places, other cattle ranches. It's basically anything outdoors. Love hiking, spending time with friends and family. White-tailed deer mainly, hogs, coyotes, javelinas, doves, ducks. So here on Reese Ranch, we have 1,000 different tasks to do, and we set up our new RanchBot Lite, so it check one more thing off the list. With the RanchBot Lite, we're able to check straight from our phones instead of wasting more time checking waters every single day or every week. We can check the levels, and then it gives us updates on if our tanks are low. It could be, our float went bad, busted water line, or the well went out. So it'll give me that alert, and we can send a guy out here to come fix it. It's a really turnkey system. It's super simple to set up. I set it up in less than 10 minutes yesterday. And then once you set up your account, you're good to go. It gives you alerts, and it's one more tool in the arsenal to help make ranching a little easier. Hey! How's it going, guys? We're here on Reese Ranch out at one of our lease properties. We have about 8 different leases, and these are one of, I guess, what you would call our A herd. So these would be some of our higher end cattle. This is a smorgasbord of bought cattle and home raised cattle. And so these are already producing mamas. They've already had their first calf, so they're past their first calf heifer. Once they get past their first calf, they go out onto one of our leases and they go into production. So these cows, every year we'll get a bull for 90 days, and then we'll pull the bulls. 4 months in, we'll ultrasound them, make sure they're all pregnant. If they're all pregnant, they'll stay. And then at 9 months, of course, they'll calve and they'll raise their calf out. And then we repeat that cycle every year and keep a strong, fertile herd. Make sure they have good bags and they stay in good body condition out here on range. I've seen them eat tender branches off of, shrubs, these mesquite trees. I've seen them eat the beans, the mesquite beans that fall every year. And one fun fact about these mesquite trees is they make a great feed for our cattle. The drier the year is, the more bean the tree produces because it thinks it's fixing to die. So the less rain we have, the more bean production we get. And cattle love it. I mean, during a dry year, there won't be a blade of grass, but every bean will be picked up off the ground, and we'll have fat cattle. And these cattle know and learn how to survive. I've heard that that's closest to one of the perfect proteins an animal can get is a mesquite bean. They're a great mama. So these calves here, they're 5 to 7 months old right now, and they'll probably average across the board between 550 and 700 pounds. Cows work in tough conditions and they raise big calves, so I mean, you can't ask for much more as a cattle rancher. I weaned a group of calves and they averaged 600 pounds the other day, so it was pretty impressive. I was really surprised, but that just shows that buying good bulls and good genetics, you know, goes a long way. So there's a few ranches that we get bulls from. We get bulls from Hefty Ranch, Straight Ranches, Red Dog Farms. We grow out our own bulls. Briggs Ranch, Harris Riverbend Farms has some really good bulls. And so just to name a few, those are a few of the ranches, but we're trying to transition to raising more of our own bulls and using our own genetics to see how they perform. So one great thing about Ranch Bod is it gives you a lot more time freedom. And one thing I love to do is hunt. And you know, we hunt a lot of different things. We hunt whitetail, deer, coyotes, but it's gives you more time to do things you love.